Hey guys, welcome back to Speech Tip Tuesday. My name is Emily, I'm a speech-language pathologist, and today I'm going to show you 5 techniques that you can do to work on fixing a frontal or lateral lisp on the sounds S and Z. Quick disclaimer, S and Z are actually produced in the mouth the exact same way. The only difference is that S is an unvoiced phoneme, Z is a voiced, just meaning that in S, the vocal folds are not touching one another, in Z they are. So in this video, I'm probably just going to be referencing S a lot when I'm showing you the techniques, but just know that these carry over the exact same way for Z. Both the S and the Z sound can become distorted by a frontal or a lateral lisp. A frontal lisp just means that the tongue is coming out and sticking out between the two teeth. So soup might sound like thoop. For a lateral lisp, airflow is exiting the sides of the mouth instead of being directed forward. So soup becomes shoop. First off, I'm going to show you 2 techniques that you can work on to fix a frontal lisp. So we're trying to get that tongue to go back behind the teeth. The most helpful tip that I use with my clients is a mirror, because if they can see their tongue sticking out, oftentimes they can easily bring it back behind their tooth as they're looking. Most of the times they're just not aware that it's sticking out. So a mirror is really helpful because it just helps them see as they're saying the words, is my tongue sticking forward or do I have it tucked behind my teeth? So I highly recommend using a mirror when you're practicing this. The second helpful tip is to have your client bite down, smile, and say the S sound that way. That way you know that the tongue has absolutely no ability to stick out between the teeth because you're biting down. So for that, we're just going to bite down, smile, and then make our S sound. So practice, 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 and eventually that tongue will get used to going back behind the teeth instead of protruding forward. Now I'm going to give you 3 tips that you can work on for fixing a lateral lisp. The first tip is to use a straw. So you're actually going to put the straw between your teeth, bite down, and then blow the air forward. The reason for this is because with the lateral lisp, again, the air is coming out to the side and we want it to go forward, and so the straw just helps kind of designate that air forward instead of laterally. So put it between your teeth, bite down, instead of I'm directing my air forward. Okay, the second tip is that we're going to practice using a long T sound with the client or on yourself. The tongue's in a similar position that it will be in for S, and so what we're going to do is we're going to drag that T out as long as we can. Sometimes I like to give a visual cue, just a line to follow, so we're going to go tss, tss. Again, we're feeling that air go forward. Now, when they've gotten really good at dragging out the long T, we're going to add an S onto it. So let's say that we're trying to say cats. We're going to go cats, cats. And then just that naturally kind of has that S flowing out. And so then eventually we can eliminate the T and just go S. The last tip I'm going to give you, and this might be more so helpful if you're working with someone versus yourself, but I love to give a visual cue just to help the person who's working on it remember what they're trying to accomplish. So if I hear that air coming out to the side, I'm going to do this with my hands. Shh. If I hear it going forward, I'm going to show it with my hands again. And so when I'm warming up with a client at the beginning of a session, a lot of times I'll have them do the lateral lisp and then direct it towards a proper S or Z. And so we're going to do our hands together and it's going to go like this. By the way, it is possible for a child to outgrow a frontal and even possibly lateral lisp, but it is still always beneficial to work on it as early as possible. S and Z are also 2 sounds that are sometimes not mastered until 6 to 8 years of age, so don't worry if your child doesn't have these sounds down perfectly yet, but if you do think you have a concern, go ahead and seek out the help of a speech therapist so that you can be working on it earlier than later. And if you're an adult working on your own speech sounds, don't be discouraged. It is always beneficial to start working on these. The mouth is just all muscle memory, so we can always retrain those muscles to do what they need to do to make clearer and better speech. I hope this video was helpful for you. Please give it a thumbs up if so. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss Speech Tip Tuesday or Speech Fact Friday. Bye guys.